Alrighty. Good morning. Alright. An unfortunate case. Turn of events happened. Which could have gave me a good sign. False breakout here. Bought. Sold. But as it broke VWAP, right? That's the thing where it just went boom right through. But it reclaimed VWAP. I didn't buy it yet, but then I bought it right at the highs. I thought it was going to just explode back through 8. Which it says it went to a high of 809. I did not get to see any of that. I bought in at 97 and it immediately dropped to 73. And I was like, well, that wasn't good timing. So I got out and then immediately flushed through VWAP down to 34. So it's like, and this is a more volatile stock. So the spreads were going to be, buying here wasn't a very safe spot. But the reason why was the extreme bounce off of VWAP. But caught me on that one. Lost 20 cents on just on 200 shares. So $40. Giving back yesterday's small win with a large loss with small share size. So it's like the polar opposite. And I was about as quick as I could be. I mean, there was a moment where it popped back up to 80, and there was a moment where when I got in and I was like, all right, well, I just got in for the breakout and it just dropped back down to 85. So going back through the memory, there was a split second there where I could have sold for only 10 cents. That was, I'm going to have to start getting some bigger wins, right? More or less. More or less trusting myself in safer areas. Like this actually dipped to a low of 88 and then broke through. Buying off of 88, oh man, that would have been sweet. But then I hesitate in there. I can buy the dip there. This top wick didn't happen yet, right? So open, it dipped down, and then surged up, and then closed, and then the flush. False breakout. It's really, really unfortunate that I took this trade. But man, that would have snapped. I did not do my due diligence beforehand with the drawing out the 200, but well above the 200. So pretty much I'm gonna wait for one more trade. It will be small share size again because I got smoked. As of right now, because now if I take a big share size position and I lose 5 cents or 10 cents, it's just not gonna look ideal. Like, yeah, but since I'm already red, I don't think it's a good practice. I think mentally having mentally knowing that on my red days, I'm more likely to continue to go red. So I like to dig the hole, right? I like to dig my grave. I don't do that anymore. If I go a little bit into the red off the rip, I need to be building a cushion and then continue. Build a cushion, then continue. Build a cushion, then continue. That's how my days should be. But every day won't be green. So knowing that, I can limit my red days by keeping them tight. See, if this now I'm a little timid on this stock, but what the heck? Just look at my box thing. I mean, that moved. I don't want to get caught in the same thing, though. Interesting. The order flow is a little different with the candles in comparison to drawing the trend line on the 5 minute on a much longer time frame, put into comparison with the orders. Does that make sense? Yes. And no. I'll have to think about that and why it's like that. But it's pretty interesting stuff. This line, and it's not very obvious because I don't know. I want it to break out, get above the level, retest, and then go. I just can't. A little too timid. Which isn't, if I fear, that's why I end up losing on my red days. Losing more on my red days because there's an underlying fear that's really not that strong of a fear. It's just like okay, well, I just took a bigger loss, and taking one more bigger trade, or if I take a bigger loss, that's a setback. So I'd rather give back 80% of yesterday and go into Monday. It's the end of the week. But if this thing really, 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 really wants me to trade it, I'm sure it can prove it to me. Right? But I'm gonna wait to the bell probably. And if not, I mean, I could easily talk myself into this trade. If it breaks above this, retests, for sure. Okay, so is it the double fake out? I'm good on it because, again, false breakout, test, smack. Now, okay, so we have the break the VWAP. Whoop-de-doo. The first flag. I like it. I'm beginning to like it. There's trades in here, but again, I've already been smacked in the mouth on something that was, in my eyes, strong. But so back above MACD though. This was right when it crossed is when I sold. Hey. See, but then it kills you. It'll just kill you. This thing is going to drop to 26. I have no... Oh, that's pretty strong. I'm just pretty negatively biased. As of right now. I myself am not negative. I'm very grateful that I got to wake up today and that I got to sit down in this chair, stare at all 6 of my monitors, and look for something to trade. Very, very grateful. Smoked. And this is the same thing that happened before, right? It reclaimed it, and then it made me interested. It's going to do the exact same thing. Ready? It did this. It did this. We're going to have the pop. But it's probably not going to look the same. We'll probably do a half, another candle, and then 26. And it's like I should be a short seller because I've been beaten up so much. But that's just, I had to find the areas, all of the fearful areas, and then build the confidence in the good areas. So now, ready? It's going to do it to everyone again. I already know it. And everyone's going to fall for it again. The newbie traders, new traders. And if it goes and then retests, that's where I'll be. I mean, shoot. Like, the skill cap is insane for day trading. There's people that are making money in here, but I am only comparing my skill to my skill. What I know to what I know. What I've been through to what I've been through. What I've studied to what I've studied. And that means back testing in a sense of, well, this is, and it's like I'm trying to get my own level of expertise within the strategy. And I can work on practicing this during this time as long as I'm doing risk, as long as I'm managing my risk properly. So these, that would have been cool. Bing, bing, bing. I'm in WLGS, the top one, at 93. Looking for it to break over the dollar. Well, it's not looking like a very good candle. Went to high at 96. Well, didn't want to do anything. Pulse breakout. Break a VWAP. Does it really mean anything? And the answer is no. Man. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the restroom.
should just take that. That's all.
ADFN orders coming through at 9. It's impossible to read right now because of the ADFN orders. Then normal orders go through and then it goes. This was the breakout. Now, does it hold? I mean, there was money to be made there. But there was a bunch of ADFN orders coming through, so it was impossible to read what was actually going to happen at that breakout level. And I'm not going to panic into it. And I know how I feel about above, below. Above 8, below 8. What's looking? There's 30 seconds to the next 5 minutes. High is 97, but it's below 8. The same price I got smoked at. Does it stay below the descending resistance? The answer currently is yes. So I mean it's pretty tough. to high 804. Holding though, but again, it's below the whole dollar. So it's not ideal that it's floating in there, in that range. Right next to resistance. So it's ready for a spring in either direction. So it's in at 95, anticipating the break over 97, and then we got the spike to 805, and then death, right? And you're dead. You're dead. Literally dead. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the arena. Welcome. You're dead. Again. I'm not. Maybe someone is. Someone thought that was going to work. No. Nope, 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 nope. If only I got paid to avoid things. But I do, in a sense, right? Because I pay less expenses. When the business first opened, I was bleeding money. That's how all businesses happen. They bleed money until they source out how to solve the bleeding. Where are the areas that I am bleeding? Where can I patch up the most brutal bleeds? Where can I patch up the oh, what the heck was I gonna just say? It sounded cool. The decapitated head, right? How do I put my head back on? Forget hopium. Prove it to me. If I need to get in better, or I just want to, it's not that I get in better areas. I just want to have things work out a little bit better. I need to be hedging, like, I've been saying it. I just need to chill. I need to chill and wait for something that's good. And then trade that day. I don't... Like, if there's this... If this price action wants to continue... Alright, so this is the stuff. This is the things. Right? And now it's going to blow through 822. Watch. And I should maybe trust it, but that's, I don't think I like drawing them on here. Unless it's a... kind of like drawing them on the 5-minute. That just looks so clean across everything. Right, I just want it clean. Multiple points. Boom, 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 boom. I can do this one though. Being able to draw this stuff doesn't mean you're gonna make money though. Such a hard, but satisfying. It's like a very big puzzle. It was a massive puzzle. Unwinding this massive puzzle. Now I'm putting some of the final pieces together. And then adjusting my level of skill. It's becoming pretty nice. Would I trade this? And the answer is I want to, and it's gonna be no. Unless it blows through the highs now and then starts really ripping. But then I might even not be able to get an entry. So it starts to be that game where it's like get in but be safe, but not be too safe, because you can't be too safe. There's no safeness. There's no necessary. The only safety net is your gear, your mind, your rock climbing gear, right? Your piece that's in the wall. That decline, that fall, is what I allow. So, who knows? I'm negatively biased on it. Even though, if it surges, check that a bunch of times. King, 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 king. I want to press the buy button so bad right now. But I know it's going to just fake me out right now. It's got to go through 20 and really start ripping. Could have taken half off. Should have taken half off. Shoulda, woulda, couldas, but this thing has been really smacky. Running into order resistance. This is really interesting stuff. I've never noticed this before. I've never really noticed this, because either I draw it on this and then show up on this, but I've never directly drawn or I've done all my drawings on the 1 minute. But during it on the 5 minute, obviously it connects to the 1 minute, but this order overlap is really interesting stuff. I want to see. Order flow overlap. I don't know what the heck what it would be. So being very, 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 very disciplined there, I could have continued to ride this. So just being disciplined enough to wait for it is incredible. So does it go through 50? There's about 20-cent spreads in this area. So this dip, does it get bought up? I really want to know what this is going to do. Is this just the extension before the destruction with this? I don't know. I have never actually noticed that. Through 50. But I'm not basing anything off of that. It's just that's interesting, right? Like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I should look at that. Okay, when I like certain things, it's like you overlook, and it's like, oh. So there it was, through 50. Does it continue? Yes, there. Good for everyone. Good for everyone. Very nice. Very nice. Up to 9. Nice. This thing might really start ripping. This is where I could have held, right? I should have held. But that's okay. Because I just turned a losing day into a completely break-even day. So there's no step back. And I mean, you're dead. You're literally freaking dead. You're dead. You're so dead. Like, literally dead. Play the music. That was a... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What the heck, people? I am sorry for anyone that just got caught in that. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that, everybody that's watching? What the heck is going on? Oh my god. Someone just lost so much money, dude. Oh my god. And you know what? It wasn't me. Because I'm that much more aware now, right? Like, if I was holding half, I took it right on the other side of 20 because what could potentially happen? Boom. This could have happened anywhere. When does it happen? You got to take your profit. Like, holy cow. Risk management. This is the deeper parts of risk management. Oh my goodness. Is there anything that would have given me a cue? I mean, I didn't trade it because it's now super extended. The flag worked here. The break over 50. Surge went over 850, wherever. The high here was 850, right? When it broke through 850, it went straight to 9. It went 850 to 860, and then it surged up to 75, dipped down to 70, and then right up to 885, and then it just went right up to 9 and blew through that level. And then, I mean, I looked down because then I have to wait for a pullback. And then once it begins to pull back, boom. So getting a safer entry and then putting myself in a position to maybe hold for an extension, but avoiding the explosion. I mean, it's a fine balance. It's a fine balance between that. I mean, my goodness, play the music. What the heck, dude? Oh my goodness. Bro. Holy cow. That blows my mind. Excuse me. I got like a... I can't just draw a line? With all the cool things I have, I just can't just draw a line. Apparently. What does this do? Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's the Fibonacci stuff. It's like a legit Fibonacci setup here. Fibonacci extensions. Alright, well, whatever. How about a circle? Alright, that literally made me... That move made me sick. Like, I feel sick to my stomach, man. I know I'll get over it because I trust myself and I love my judgment and I love my awareness and I love my risk mind. I love my profit mind that's being built. The risk mind had to be established over the course of a lot of long years. The screen time I love my emotional awareness, where I am internally. Yes. Holy cow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ross, for building the platform that you have and have gotten everyone together to the point where you have a psychotherapist on your team, to the point where I was able to break down a lot of these driving factors of self-destruction. Even though the driving factors of self-destruction were there to protect me, are there to protect me. My emotional state, right? When emotions get too heightened, your system's going to want you to escape. And it does in very interesting ways, to say the least. Now, wow. There was a lot of money to be made there. A lot of money to be made. And if you didn't take it off the table, you would have got smoked. This was interesting. This has been pretty interesting. Is it coincidence? I don't know. Not one thing is, not one sole thing is making the strategy. Not this one sole thing is making me the day trader I am. Right? It's all the screen time. It's seeing all this stuff happen. Of course, I'm not to the level that I am here. I am the day trader I am today. I see day traders that I inspire to gain skills from, and I watch those day traders. Am I jealous of where they are? No. I'm very grateful that they got there. I'm very grateful that they got there, because this is really hard. And without others that I could copy and paste and follow and develop my own intuition and my own understanding, this is completely customizable to any personality. It's adjusted to, I like the quick in and out, quick stuff. So I know that once I do have a bit more cushion, the areas in here where I could potentially get dips and then $half breaks, stuff like that. That's stuff that I really, really enjoy. The fun, fast stuff will come more into play. Right? So I just keep increasing my hand-eye coordination and keep increasing my mental discipline throughout everything I do day to day. Taking care of my house, taking care of the chores, taking care of whatever I need to do, making sure it's done, providing time and space for my family's emotions if they need me, if my sister needs me. Building up the awareness of what's going on internally, and the more I vocalize, the more I understand my own system. And if I can start to learn to guide others to understanding their system, which I am most definitely not licensed in any means. And I suggest talking to a therapist, because, man, I did not realize how much how much trauma came along with day trading. I mean, whoever got caught in this is having an awful day. Like, if they can't differentiate and get themselves, separate themselves from the loss, just imagine the emotions that are going on right now. Just imagine, right? That was $1 flush in like seconds. It also went up $1 from my exit point. And sure, could I experience, oh man, I should have held on to it. Oh man, no, because that's going to adjust the way I feel internally to where I feel like that's not what that experience was not good enough, and that I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. Yeah, that I wasn't good enough. I could have got back in for 50, and then, but I know I'm not. Yeah, I'm tired. I mean, that took a lot of discipline. To that area, and reading at level 2 is just exhausting. Still exhausting. Like, I don't understand how. I mean, it's such a heightened level of focus that it literally takes, I swear, it takes like 100% of my brain. And then when mistakes were made, I would beat myself up for those mistakes. So I would almost I would deteriorate my ability. Now it's really, I'm going through compassion, going back through all of the previous mistakes and listening to my risk mind throughout reducing the risk and risk exposure will reduce fear and build internal trust through an area that is very uncertain. Very, very uncertain. And when uncertainty strikes, doubt thrives. So you begin to question everything. When predictions fail, you begin to take note. But then you get conditioned, so everything you're doing seems to be wrong, but even though it's right. Even though you're taking losses, but letting them slip. You're not getting out quick enough, potentially. And then that conditioning installs fear. And then that fear installs hesitation. And then that fear also installs an impulsivity to get in certain areas after you missed your entry. All these things, and then they build up patterns. And then this builds up patterns of fear. This is what happens in day-to-day life when certain situations unfold. This is going to be sick. Oh my. I'm good. I'll watch it. But it's just too risky for still being under. I'm $13. So 5 cents on 200 shares. Halt up. Very nice. Very nice open. I mean, that was pretty crazy. And is the whipper here to remind everyone that this stock is dead. there's definitely money to be made with skill in this area. Like, I mean, these swings are epic. I could have bought that dip off 8, back up out at 8, 8, 10, 15. When the ass dropped. So 803 buying, out at 816, 824, 841. Dip down back to 25, in at 25. Out at 35. Right before the drop, 790. I mean, geez, Louise. I mean, come on. Above, below the whole dollar. That whole dollar's getting smoked. Guarantee it. It's going to pop back to 10. Back below. Yep. See, I'm getting really good at reading level 2. It's just mentally exhausting. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do this weekend. Sleep. Lots of it. As much recovery as possible. And you're dead. Hold down. And okay, well, I'll see where it opens. I like doing that. I like hanging out, seeing where the death metal opens. The bloodbath. Bing, bing. I mean, dude, you can't make this stuff up. If you got the gap and go, the break back through VWAP, if you had the balls to take it, which I know a lot of people do, it's not a bad thing. Just in life, right? And just like how in life you can do whatever you want. You can go do whatever you want. I mean, yeah, there's trials and tribulations to every task that you potentially want to overcome. Some have it harder, some have it easier. You know, there's emotional trauma in the families, everything, right? There's so many different things that can go on. So if you gotta just take your cards, play them as best as you can. I've sacrificed every bit of party time in my 20s. I did not do any partying. I didn't do any dates. I've been single for 6 years. Only working on this. I don't go out and do dates. I mean, these massive sacrifices to learn this, to get skilled at this, when everyone told me that I couldn't. I'm not here to say I proved you wrong. But I definitely know a lot more than I did when I started. And each year I'm going to continue to be smarter. And over time, if I continue to put in the hours, rewatching the videos, screen time, day in, day out, day in, day out, non-stop. You don't think I'm going to make it? Never giving up? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing called never giving up. Very, very, very beautiful thing. So it'll open at 38.39. Yeah, I can't explain how grateful I am. I mean, community that I'm a part of. I mean, there's no guarantee that you're gonna make money. Look, I mean, anybody can look up the success rate of a day trader, and it's literally below 10%. It's like 9% or something like that. Alright, so this thing's starting to go. There's 7, okay. Held VWAP. Okay, 10 seconds to the open on SDG. Sure got down. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Below. Dang, that was a nice bounce. Short covering. Adding, probably. And they're gonna slam this sucker to death. Now, I could be wrong, but it can prove it to me. I think it's proven it. This thing is nuts. See, I wanted to chase that halt level right there. That's crazy. I 100% wanted to. It would have worked too. But little scared. With good reason. Well, dang it. I had the balls, but not long enough. And then it went. Darn it. But, you know, 20 cents is kind of the area that I can. Not a big deal. I avoided lots of bad areas. No, I don't. So it's a darn it. I'm back to the red 51, so I gave back yesterday. On the 200 shares. Yeah, and then it goes. Frustrating, but that is stocks. So on this one, my losers are twice as big as my winners, which makes it really hard for me to win. It's a tricky game. I mean, not every spot I get in is going to be guaranteed, but avoiding most spots that are bad. And then, I mean, just death. I should have just stayed away from this thing. It's volatile, right? So it has me interested. Very, very volatile. I mean, holy cow. So I am feeling a bit frustrated that this didn't work. To a high of 815. I got in too early. It's just a fine balance. Fine balance. It's really hard. So then discipline's like a fuse, right? So it's just constantly burning off. Pretty frustrating. With given how volatile it is, I mean, keeping that tight of a stop is pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. That would have been really cool if it worked, though. Squeezed back through 9. Holy cow. With the double whipper. But so much harder stock to trade. Much harder. Skill level is much higher. Yeah, that's quite the bummer. But red days will happen. I was able to hedge it a little bit, and then I gave it went right back to where it was. So now, later in the day, it's coming to the point where it gets harder and harder. Yeah. It's funny, the skill to do all of that, you can make little amounts of money for a long time. Then as the skill really dials in, the share size goes up, so does the money. But being able to avoid all the bad areas. Not necessarily all, Insane discipline. I keep saying it. So this was the area where I just needed to hold it. That would have been a massive winner. Yeah. That dip would have worked. Yeah, getting it at 60. Always improving. Red day though. I definitely don't think it's gonna do anything. Okay, well, my discipline's burnt out. I just got in for a break of 50, immediate reversal. Yep. So I just made the day bigger. Discipline is burnt out for the week. So that's, sitting around. Eventually I can get tempted into a trade. It's extended. Need above daily level. Yeah, getting out of here. That's lame. So down 70, 75. So it's still this. I took a step back. So yeah, a little bit frustrated. I could tell that I was a little burnt out today. Calling all these, avoiding some of this nasty stuff was insane. Still ended up being red today, and I let it slip a little bit more than normal. It's not the end of the world. I want to let myself know that. But when when the market's like this and I'm feeling a little bummed out that I didn't get my trade or it didn't work out, it is time to walk away. Because I took 400 shares on this, expecting a quick snap through the $0.50. That wasn't the smartest idea. It was a little bit higher float. This thing's dead. Really hard market. Really hard market. But that's alright. I'll be back on Monday to give it another good go. Alright. Have a great weekend, everyone.